there's this huge wave of financial content that's coming out during COVID.
Financial content, yeah.
Like, this is how you should invest, this is how you make money. And I used to find it very worrying that I'm like, wow, you are giving financial advice on YouTube. Because anyway, as a comedian, I used to feel like a lot of responsibility. Like, something I do is I don't endorse certain products as a brand because I have a lot of like young kids following me. So I don't drink, but occasionally I do, but I don't post about it because I don't want to just contribute another drop that drinking is cool or smoking is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I can help in some way by not posting about it.
Very nice.
But giving financial advice, and if somebody takes that financial advice and they lose their money, and you're responsible for that, I used to find that very scary. And then it hit me that then I started reading a lot of books. I'm like, during COVID, I wanted to get better with financial stuff because artist is very bad with money. So I was like, let me not use that excuse कि मैं artist हूँ, मुझे पता नहीं है. And I read a lot of books about financial stuff. And yeah, I just read books about people who have money. And people who don't have money give the worst advice, including my uncles and all. My uncles who give some terrible advice. And in India, you are kind of conditioned to listen to authority. A lot of my uncles who were bad with money were telling me what to do with my money. And I had to like break the... I just realized that people who are really good at money don't tell you what they're doing.
Yeah.
And people are really good at film don't take workshops on film.
Yeah.
People are really good with music don't necessarily do a workshop on how to make good music. They might, but they might be scratching the surface. But books are an exception.
Yeah.
I think some people really put their heart and soul into a book.
Yeah.
Because that detail is there.
Yeah. I just want to add on this financial thing. One question that I am very worried about and very wary of is like if I go on a podcast as a guest or even आजकल podcast में there's this trend where they ask how much do you make and how much did you... I get very uncomfortable by the idea of it. कि you ask it, so how much do you make? Oh, you're like, so you have a flat वगैरह. मतलब like when you just go to the absolute number, salary.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the salary and like...
I actually don't have a problem with that.
Tell me. I want to understand.
I feel like money is... I'm very jealous of my Gujarati friends. They're so good with money. All my Gujarati friends, they're so good. They're very good with maths, very good with money. And in South India, again I'm generalizing, but in Kerala, we have this attitude that you should not show how much money you make.
Achha.
It's very... And my good friend Kanan, he comes from Punjab and all, where you're like proud. This is my car, this is my house. And I feel the balance is somewhere in the middle.
Nice.
Where you are proud of the money you make. At the same time, you're not arrogant and showing off about it.
Yeah.
But we never spoke about money at home. And then I met my Gujarati friends. They were having conversations about setting up businesses at the dining table. And that level of knowledge to have as an 8-year-old, 12-year-old, where your dad's talking about profit and loss, your uncle's talking about, I started this shop and now I'm thinking of expanding. To have that level of awareness as a kid that growth is possible, risks are calculated, they're not all bad, openly talking about money, I'm not against that. I think that's a very cool thing to do in India especially. People in offices don't talk about the salaries they make. I feel if you trust somebody enough, I think it's okay to ask how much money you make.
Yeah.
And also guys are very like scarce about advice, about financial advice.
Guys are very
scarce about financial advice. I was shocked that a lot of my very close friends didn't tell me that they were investing. And they didn't help me out. And when the COVID crash happened, they nicely invested the dip. And I was not very financially aware then. And then later when they reaped the benefits of it, they were rubbing it on my face. And I was like, I'm your friend. Why didn't you just tell me to put some money during that time? It's not like I'm taking your money. I would have put my money into a mutual fund that would not have affected you. And I was so shocked that guys are so protective about financial knowledge.
Interesting.
And we don't talk about money because it's so, I think, attached to our identity. Like how much money you make. Providing.
नहीं मेरे से कोई पूछ because I don't earn enough, so I get very awkward. Like
Yeah.
that I'm talking about the counter side of it.
Yeah.
When you particularly don't earn enough, and when people ask you,
But I think that's also okay. Like it's kind of like talking about sex. If just because, if for example, if I'm getting more sex and you're getting
definitely.
less sex, and we talk about it, you shouldn't feel awkward or the amount of sex you're having. If we should just be talking about sex, it's okay.
Good one.
So I feel with money also, it doesn't matter how much anybody's making, we should be talking about money. With each other, I feel on YouTube it's like going on YouTube and talking about your sex life. I'm like, do people really need to know about such information? That could.
So both should be public.
I feel sex and money should be openly spoken about in India.
Even on YouTube and podcast.
No, but the financial advice thing, to be specific, I find very dangerous because there are a lot of like gullible papa people who might put their savings into something, and
dude, the level of scams which are happening now, it's scary.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just like, wow, how do you have the spine to do it? Because I would be terrified. I'm scared of saying some jokes sometimes and the implications of that. To be like, yahan pe ye stock kharido, I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I have some very close finance like YouTubers, so I like really trust them with that. I would recommend you, like you should like.
No, but I'm like, I would pay somebody. I'll pay a CA or a financial advisor and get that advice, because really good advice you have to pay for. And free mein jo bhi milta hai, I think you get in a good book, Fundamentals of Investing and How to Be Rich and all. These are great books.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that's happening on YouTube. But if you want really good financial advice, they need to see your balance sheet, they need to see your investment, they need to see your salary and give you an informed, and they need to find out emotionally what is the relationship with money.
Yeah.
So,
do you remember that scene from Louis where he meets his accountant, like where he has to...
I want to buy a house.
I want to buy...
Right.
Like I couldn't believe when the lady told me how much it was, I was blown away.
Louis? How much?
It's 17 million. $17 million.
Yeah, it's such a great scene. Louis, man. Louis also, you see a scene. He has a bit that came up on YouTube recently about there are a lot of homeless in New York, but there are none here. Yeah, even if they had a ticket, we wouldn't let them in. That's the agreement. We care about the homeless, but you don't want them in your house. And I was like, what a poignant way of showing hypocrisy. Nobody talks about that. And he just, it's a 1 minute bit.
Yeah.
And it just opens up so much hypocrisy of human nature, of being progressive, so-called progressive or so-called conservative.